Hey, this is Jim McGregor. I felt compelled to make this video because I bought a product that actually does what it says it's going to do. It's the Cyclone Rake, and it's made by a company in Connecticut called Woodland Products. And making this video just to show you a few tips and show you how to use the thing and the do's and don'ts. And I hope it's helpful. First off, there's a few different models to choose from. The Commander Pro, the Commercial Pro, and the Cyclone Rake XL. I have 3 acres of property and a lot of leaves, so I decided to go with the XL. The Cyclone Rake comes equipped with a Briggs & Stratton 9 horsepower engine. I believe the Pro Series come with a 6.5 horsepower. With the right upkeep and maintenance, these are very reliable engines. It took me about 2.5 to 3 hours to put the entire unit together. It came with a great instruction manual, all the tools you need, and a DVD which really helped out with the assembly. The collector unit on the Cyclone Rake XL is really large. I can make quite a few passes around my yard before it fills up. You have several options when it comes to purchasing parts and accessories. I decided to purchase the dual Pro wheels instead of the single wheels. They can take a lot more abuse. There are 2 ways of attaching the wheels to the bracket unit. One way is with bridge pins and cotter pins. This works well if you plan on disassembling the unit for storage. The other way is with carriage bolts. The carriage bolts are a lot sturdier and will stand up to tough terrain. I found out the hard way. I lost a cotter pin and lost a wheel during a pass, and this is a picture of before I changed over to the carriage bolts. One of the first things you have to do as far as assembly is concerned is remove the safety cover from your mower deck. This should expose a couple of mounting holes. Then you can place the mower deck adapter onto your mower. After you get your mower deck adapter attached, you'll need to put on the deck hose. There's also 2 types of deck hoses you can get. This is a real heavy duty one. The other one I believe is colored green, and it's a little more lightweight than this one. I have a lot of debris, sticks, and acorns, and I didn't want to take a chance tearing a hole into the hose, so I chose the heavy duty hose. For some mowers, the deck hose might be the right length, but they ship the hose longer than it needs to be, so you'll have to cut it. You remove the collar, and there's an 8-inch bridge type band clamp on there that you have to remove as well. Carefully measure the hose, cut it to size, replace the collar and the band clamp, and you can hook it up to the unit, making sure the hose is straight without any turns or droops. There's also a 3rd wheel rollaway jack stand, similar to the ones on conventional trailers. This makes it easy to detach the unit from your mower, wheel it around, and get into places that your mower can't. The Cyclone Rake attaches to your mower with a hitch fork assembly. It's a plate that goes on the back of your mower. It's attached to the Cyclone Rake chassis, and taking it off and putting it on is easy as dropping a bridge pin and a cotter pin. The fall isn't the only time I use the Cyclone Rake. I use it all summer to pick up extra grass, but you can't keep detaching the safety cover from your deck, so beware that the debris shoots out of the deck adapter a little differently. Another accessory you can get is the power vacuum pickup. This is really great for getting into places that your mower just can't get into. It's a great tool for picking up wet leaves, pine needles, acorns. It's also great for clearing out wells and culverts and other areas that are really hard to reach. I usually start my job by clearing around the gardens and fences. Then I'm off mowing. It used to take me 3, 4, sometimes 5 days to rake my property by hand, move all the leaves and dump them. Now I'm back and forth and usually finish 3 acres in about 2 to 3 hours. This is not a small amount of leaves either. I do recommend with heavy leaf cover though, that you adjust your deck height up high because you don't know what's underneath the leaves at times, as well as you sometimes know your property. This is a good example of how the unit moves with your mower and turns. It doesn't maneuver like a single pivot ball trailer hitch. It moves as an extension to your mower. So be careful going around trees and don't turn too soon after you've gone by a tree. You'll hit the side of the bag on the tree. Another recommendation is don't drive sideways on hills. Drive up and down the hill. When the unit is full, it's really heavy. It will pull you sideways if you've got too much weight in the collector. If you've got to do something that's sideways along the hill, make sure the collector bag is empty and lightweight. Otherwise, I'd stick to going back and forth straight up and down the hill. This is an example of how to empty the collector unit. You notice backing up, there's no chance of jackknifing because of the hitch fork assembly. I usually make it a habit of going right to the exit chute and disconnecting the collector unit from it. The unit opens up easily with a couple of clips. There's Velcro on the sides and the top. This keeps the flaps out of your way while you're emptying the collector unit. If you drive around long enough, it'll fill up the collector unit. So much that it really just doesn't dump out when you tip the unit back. So I'd start with getting some of the debris out of the way and loosening it up a little bit. Then the unit simply tips back. On the Cyclone Rake website, there's a promotional video of a gentleman pulling forward with the unit back and everything simply emptying out. This isn't always the case. It depends on how packed the unit is. There's a locking dump linkage that helps keep the unit up when you're emptying debris. After all the debris is empty, hook up the collar of the collector unit back to the exit chute. This is a close-up look at the collar and the exit chute. All the buckles are all similar on all the hoses and attachments everywhere. The unit closes back up as easy as it opens up. Simply pull down the top door and the bottom, hook them up, the side doors, and you're ready to go again. I call the Cyclone Rake the never rake another leave as long as I live machine. This thing has saved me so much time. It really does what it says it's supposed to do, and it's a great investment. I highly recommend this for people who have a riding mower and a lot of leaves to clean up. Be sure to visit cyclonerake.com for more information and videos about the unit.